It's always something new. It's live. It's uncut, unscripted. Nobody's here is a content creator. I'm just a guy like the rest of you all, work a 9 to 5 and got projects to work on. Today I bought one of the, I was looking for a 4-in-1 combo welder, and my brother here has about 60,000 hours of welding. He's a certified welder, uh, stainless steel, vessels. He just retired a couple years ago, but he was welding vessels and stuff like that, and flanges and that kind of stuff. And they were shipped all over the world. So who better to tell me what type of welder that I should buy? I talked about it with him and got his opinion on it because I'm not a welder. I can build motors and rear ends and stuff like that, but a welder I'm not. I'm a novice at welder. My brother's an expert. So here's the welder that we bought. I bought this Templar welder off of Amazon. It had 5.5 stars. It was $139, and I wanted a welder that could arc that I could arc well with. Here's the cable here that I could TIG with, MIG, and all that. And as you see, this welder here has got the gas line for the 7525 argon CO2 or straight CO2. I have yet to get the bottom because man, it's been hella crazy here with finding somewhere not to get the bottle, but not to pay $400 or $500. And here's my brother here, and my brother's gonna discuss in his expert opinion the how good this welder did on just a short test. Big bro, come on. So in your in in your expert opinion, for a typical person that is gonna do home projects, or let's just say me and you out there and we're hunting and we happen to crack something in the frame or shock fall off or something like this, and we always go prepared. We have a generator with us. We have the all our tools and equipment. Would you say that this welder here would be able to get us a bush fix done and get us home? Okay, okay. So there you have it. There you have it. Because I'm not a guy that's gonna go and say weld up a vessel because this machine doesn't have a duty cycle of that. You'd have to have a machine that has a lot. And now the machine is a. Let me show you. The machine is a inverter machine which it can work off 110 or 220. Now here's the difference. Now I'm gonna let my brother. If I'm wrong, my brother's gonna chime in. If you're welding with 3/8 rod Arc welding with 3/8 rod would be like an 80, 18 or something like that. If you're welding with a rod like that, then you know you're going to want to weld on 220 because you're going to want to have the higher amperage of at least, 100 amps or better because it's one, it's a thicker rod. Number two, you need more penetration. So, but this machine will do it. You just have to put it on 220. But ten, you could use a 60, 60-18 rod, a 70-18 rod, whatever like that, and the machine will work just fine. For me, for what I was doing, I do a lot of stuff here around the house, exhaust, header leaks, header tubes, flanges, and stuff like that. And I kind of was, a lot of time I don't have the time to take a part apart and take it somewhere to have it welded. But what I can do right here is I can mark it up. I wanted me a welder that I could MIG with or a TIG with or use flux core wire, and I was able to do all of it. But I didn't want to spend seven, 800 or $1,000 on a machine that's gonna sit here, and I'm not gonna use it 100% of the time. So when I decided to get a machine, my price wasn't as much as let me get the cheapest machine I could get. It was I also needed to get a a uh, uh, a plasma cutter, and so I was able to buy with this machine here. This machine cost me $139. For $200, I was able to get the plasma cutter as well. This plasma cutter cost me, I think, 49 bucks. I paid for this plasma cutter. So with tax and everything, I was able to get a plasma cutter. You see, I already got it all ready to go. See, I got the regulator on and everything. I was able to get a plasma cutter, and I was able to get a 4-in-1 combo welder for under 200 bucks. Now, these things here will help me out tremendously in my shop. Now, at some point, if I need to get bigger machines or something like that, I will. But for right now, for the amount of work I'm doing, this works for me just fine. And you will see me use them. And always, you don't always have to go spend uh, the most money to get the bang for your buck when it comes to tools and stuff like that. A lot of times, if you just take your time and look at the ratings of tools and what you're going to use them for, then you spend your money like that based on what you're going to use it for. If it's something you're going to get a bunch of use out of and it's a high wear item, then yes, I would say buy a premium tool. But if you don't need to, don't do it. You can look at my toolbox here, and I have everything here in my shop, tools out the ass. But they're mixed in. I got some Snap On, I got Craftsman, I got Matco, I got everything. It just depends on what I'm using for. Look at my drill press. It's an old Sears unit. Works just fine. But it just depended on my uh parts washer. Hey, look at that. Great parts washer. Why? And the reason why I paid that much for it, because at the time I was doing a bunch of engines. I was rebuilding a bunch of engines, and I needed something that was, at that time, I needed something that was gonna stand up, and so I paid a premium for this Eastwood parts washer. As you can see, it's a self-supporting system. It is don't sit on top of a 55-gallon drum. It's all self-contained. But when I bought it because it was gonna be a lifelong thing. The same with everything else I do. But now my brother, like I say, he's got about 80,000 hours of welding. And before I made the purchase, I told him what I was wanting to do, and then he told me, "Hey, you need to get a 4-in-1. You need to get a 4-in-1." And so I was talking to him about it. I gave him all the criteria of the machines I was looking at. He said, "Hey, for the amount of time you're gonna use it, hey, let's try this one out here. If it don't work, you can always do something else." So for right now today, I'm liking how it is now. I need to get a TIG attachment for it, for the tungsten and stuff like that. My brother's gonna show me which one I need to get, and I'm gonna get it, and then I'll get into that. Now they do have machines that you can buy. That's a three-in-one machine that you can pay a little extra for that I seen that has the attachment that'll come with the gun for the TIG, and you can adjust the amount of gas that comes out of the nozzle. So if you don't have a foot pedal, because some machines you buy or have a foot pedal on them to for when you're doing TIGging, and some won't. This one here does not. So I'll have to get used to all of that. But as far as the amount of work that I do, headers, exhaust, frame, doing some brackets on the rear or something like that, this machine will work just fine for that. I'll just have to turn it to 220, use 220 in order to get a better penetration on it. My brother, he'll be around for all that. If any of you guys are in the Houston area, Houston, Sugarland, uh, Katy, Texas area, and you're looking for somebody to do floors and panels and all kind of stuff to one of your projects, hey, hit me up in the description. Hit me up in the description below here, and I'll get you with my brother because he's got a mobile service where he does that kind of stuff. Like I say, he's a retired welder, but he does that kind of stuff. And just hit me up. And as always, it's always something new to do. If you don't get out there and start, you can never finish. And as always, I think every and last one of you all, Chill Guy, Samar, Kill 'em. I thank all of you all for tuning in, and I'll get y'all on the next one. Have a great day.